when I was really young, my main four, my Mount Rushmore was Chris Christopherson and Billy Joe Shaver and John Prine and Jerry Jeff. And and you can get to those guys. I like him because he made up the name Jerry Jeff Walker. From the get-go, I'm sure, like all of us, had been told by somebody who he was going to be, what he believed, what he thought, all these things. And he didn't just sort of ease out of that. I think all four of those guys just did what they loved to do. And if somebody hadn't have come along and fed them for it, they'd have starved to death. And that's what I wanted to set out to do. And so I just, anytime I had tried to have a job before being a singer, I was always late because I was at home trying to make up some song. And so finally I thought Jerry Jeff did it too. I'd already been a hitchhiker and I was already that guy kind of anyway. And it just seemed like a few chords away from being a free spirit instead of a freeloader, Like I remember when my father was still alive, I was playing at this place that held 50 people and there'd be about 40 in it. And he said, "You're going to be stuck doing that when you're 80. And I was like, fucking knock on wood, man. Let's hope if I keep practicing, maybe, And I still feel that way. I really, it's funny, I didn't see this as an artistic thing. I like books and I read them and I think of them as art like I think of albums, but I didn't think of mine that way. I just talked, I can type a little bit, but I can't spell or punctuate. And Peter Cooper, who he typed it, and I just got coffeeed up and stoned and was like, and then there was this other time. I was talking when he fucking left, man. We're going to go into another song, and I start to try to explain what song. And it says, just as the opening riff faded and it was time for the singer to sing Living on Sponge Cakes, Watching the Sun Bake, my band kicked back into a song of mine off our album, a rock song called This Land Is Our Land, based on the chords to Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama, because Woody Guthrie already had a song called This Land Is Our Land. There's no logic there. I based my tune on Sweet Home Alabama so no one would think I was being derivative or something. Anyway.
How would you have changed that in your last?
I wouldn't have left or something. And maybe I'd have just left that whole bit out. Waistlet is like a belt that's not connected to pants. And then the person in question had multiple, like a dozen, of different kinds. Puka shells and conch shells and friendshipy shit and all that. All like a different assortment, and then it was also on his wrists and his ankles. And then he only had on Richard Simmons shorts after that, and then nothing else. And it was in a bar at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it was Slash from Guns N' Roses. Another hero for that reason. Very similar to the Bill Elliott thing, if you think about it.
And what was your interaction?
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to bug him, but when I got up to go, we were the only two people in there. So we sat there for about an hour, just him, like he was where you are, around the bar, and I'm here. And then when I got up to leave, he went, "Take it easy, man." And I did. I totally did after that. I'm still doing it.
And the book